Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is May 24th, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, let's take a look at stocks with the growth at a reasonable price. I love these stocks because they're not too expensive from a valuation perspective and still they're growing at a nice clip. So with that, we got a great company here, KLA. KLA has been growing very well. It's in the semiconductor industry. Let's look at stocks like KLA, which are growing very well at a reasonable price multiple. So with that, let's jump in. We'll start with a quick market update and look at stocks growing their earnings per share, and also they're growing on a top line sales growth basis more than 4% in last 5 years. And also they're growing their operating income. That's also a good one here. And their price to sales ratio is less than 1.5. That tells you they're not growing at a expense. They're growing at a low multiple. I love stocks when they grow at a lower multiple. That tells you they're sustainable. They can keep growing. All right, let's jump in and look at the market update. Look, from a market update perspective, yesterday we had a great day across the board here. Look, Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500, Nasdaq all did very well yesterday. Look at the action here, great action here. And futures are opening up to be a little bit lower today. Look, most of these futures are down here. Look at the Dow Jones, S&P 500, Nasdaq, they're all down. Today, expected to be a little bit down day, which is expected after the phenomenal return yesterday. So it typically happens. So we'll see how it goes. All right, so let's now jump in and look at the fear and greed index. From a fear and greed index perspective, we are in the extreme fear zone, as you can see here. And situation can improve and we can go into fear zone, and that can have stock price going higher. So we got a lot of geopolitical factors going on here. There's a lockdown in China, Ukraine-Russia tensions, high inflation, supply chain issues. We got a lot of things baked into the market here. As situation will improve, we can go from extreme fear to the fear, and stock market can go higher. All right, let's now jump in and look at the market here. Look, from a market perspective, stock market has been coming down since April here. We had the steep decline in May, as you can see here. And futures are a little bit down, as you can see here, down 179 in Dow Jones Industrial Average. As summer months come, I think stocks can go higher. We'll see how it goes, but there is some optimism that May is soon. May will be behind us, and stocks can go higher. We'll keep a watch on it and go from there. All right, now let's look at stocks which are growing at a reasonable price. We call it growth at a reasonable price, or GARP, which is the industry known term. A lot of people love stocks growing at a reasonable price, or GARP. So we look at stocks which are growing their earnings per share, or EPS, and 5-year sales growth is more than 4%. That tells you sales growth is there, and operating income is more than 8%, and more importantly, price to earnings growth is less than 1.5. That tells you these are not pricey from a price to sales perspective. All right, now let's jump in here and look at the stocks with the GARP, or growth at a reasonable price. Look, this is sorted by market cap here. Stock at the top, which is Google, has got great highest market cap here. And also keep watching the net margin here. Also sales growth. Look, sales growth perspective, we got 5-year sales growth. Looking at 5 years, all these companies are doing very well in past 5 years, and they're growing their top line sales growth here. And look at the net margin and gross margin here. All these companies have got respectable gross margin as well as net margin. And as you look through here, look at cash and free cash flow here. Most of these companies, or many of these companies, have got nice cash and also free cash flow, as you can see here, with the exception of few like Netflix as an example. It's a good company, but right now free cash flow negative slightly. And we got few more with free cash flow negative, like Ball Corp right here. And we got one or two more, as you can see here. All right, now we also have got the next year EPS growth as well as next year's revenue growth. Most of these names are doing well, with the exception of Southern Corp here, SCCO, which has got a little bit negative EPS growth for next year, but nonetheless, it's a great company. And then finally, we got the overall score here. I like the highest, the better. All right, now let's do a quick build here and look at some of the industry ratings here. Look, from an industry rating perspective, we got very good industry ratings here, starting right from Altman Z-score and Piotrowski F-score. I love when Piotrowski F-score is high, above 6 are my favorites here. Look, Google here with Piotrowski F-score 8, that tells you it's a great stock to buy up at these levels here. And look, Google has got low RSI, relatively low RSI. It's 40, I'd say it's very low. And it's a great one to buy here, take advantage and buy some Google. As you scan through the list here, we got few with the nice and high overall score here. Look, Granger GWW, it's got nice and high score here. I think Piotrowski F score is just 6, not great. But as you look through here, we got Darling Industries. Darling Industries has got 9 overall Piotrowski F score. That's a great score here. Stock has done great. Look, they've done great in the last 5 years. You could buy stock like Darling Industries with a high Piotrowski F score and go from there. Look, we got SCCO. It's got nice and high Piotrowski F score. You could go after that one too. I love when there is a nice rating from Morningstar in growth, profitability, as well as financials. Look, many of these companies have got great score here. You could invest in such names and don't worry about day in and day out market churn. Go after the great ones here. And there are some great stocks with nice and high overall score here. Look, we got CDW, which is in the computer distribution type industry here. Look, stock has been doing pretty okay. Off late, it's down big time, as you can see here, but still 5 years it's done well. And look, RSI perspective, it's 41, which is pretty low here. And keep watching the 5-year performance here. Some of these stocks have done great in past 5 years. They can continue to do well as you go forward. Look, we got here Tractor Supply Store here, TSCO, growth at a reasonable price. Look at the performance in last 5 years, 236%. And they got great ratings from Morningstar, as you can see here. And stock has got a little bit higher debt, but it's understandable. It's a physical store here. And look, RSI 31 tells you stock is sold off here. So you could buy such stocks here and go from there. All right, now let's look at a few more here. The list continues here, same methodology. Keep a watch on the sales growth here, all growing nicely at a reasonable clip here. And we got gross margin, net margin, pretty solid here, as you can see. And look at the valuation or price to sales ratio, all at a lower price to sales ratio multiple here. And look at the growth for next year, great, doing well here. And look at the cash and cash flow here. Many of these have got nice cash as well as cash flow. Next, we'll do a quick build here and look at the industry standard ratings here. We got Piotrowski F score as well as Altman Z score, as you can see here. All right, now let's look here. We got Altman Z score, Piotrowski F score, and Morningstar ratings. And look, many of these stocks have done great here. And look at the stocks with nice and high overall Piotrowski F score here, 7. Those are good ones. You could buy such stocks here. Tapestry, TPR, looks like it's got a good score here, but I would also look at the 5-year performance here. If the stock has not done in past 5 years, you could go after better ones here. Look, we got RH, Restoration Hardware, stock has done great in past 5 years. Look at that performance, 344, and right now stock is completely beaten down here with the lower RSI. You could look at such stocks and invest in those. And as you scan through here, we got a few more here with nice performance. Look, we got TPX, Tamper. Look, this one also has not done money for investors in the past 5 years. or it's done made some money. Look, 117%. Stock is beaten down here. You could take a look at that one too. And my favorite here, ENSG here, it's done great in past 5 years, 364%. Rock solid score here. Look, 97. Morningstar gives them very good rating in the growth, profitability, and finance. You could buy such stocks here like ENSG and go from there. And we got one more great performance. Look at Sky here. Sky is doing very well. Look at the 926% performance here, and got good ratings from Morningstar. And right now stock is sold off with RSI 49. You could buy Sky also here at a reasonable price. And then we got one more here. We got PDF. FBP here, great performance. You could take a look at such stocks here, and look, RSI is 40, tells you stock is sold off here. All right, now we'll look at one more list here and go from there. Look, the list continues here, and look, these stocks are done great from a sales growth perspective, and also keep watch on the overall score, doing great. And look at the performance here in 5 years. Many of these companies are done great. And now we'll do a quick build here and look at the industry benchmarks here. From an industry benchmark perspective, look, we got here Altman Z score, Piotrowski F score, and we got Morningstar ratings here. And look at the stocks that have done great in past 5 years. Look, we got Boot Barn here, has done great in past 5 years. Overall score is 94. Stock is now sold off with the low RSI. You could buy this one also here, and you should do well. And look, we got one more here, BKE. Nice performance in past 5 years, solid ratings. And stock is down right now with the lower RSI here, just 39. You could buy this one also. And we got a few more here. AOSL semiconductor play here. Good overall rating here. Stock is lower with the lower RSI here. Nice 5-year performance, and it's a low price stock. You could buy AOSL also here. And look, we got a few more here with nice performance. We got two more here, Shoe Carnival and SHYF. But look, Shoe Carnival has got a pretty okay overall score here, but stock has not made too much money. You could look at this one also. Look, RSI is 33 here. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll go back to Finviz here. Look at few charts. Look, we got Google here, or Alphabet, great stock. Stock has been dropping off late. Look, stock is dropping off here, and you could buy such stock here. And look, it's doing pretty well. It's got a strong buy rating from analysts here. And if I scan through this drill down here, look, Alphabet earnings is growing. I like this earnings clip. Nice earnings growth here. Sales is growing. Great. Shares outstanding is reducing. That's the way to go. And look, it's got an outperform rating on April 27, and they're taking the price down, looks like from 3,500 to 2,900 here. But right now stock prices, look, it's at 2,100 or so. So it's a good one to buy at these levels. And the list continues here. We got a few more great stocks here. Look, we got Deere. Deere got completely clobbered, as you can see here. After the earning, Deere stock came down. Look at the drop, huge big drop here in Deere. So you could take advantage here. It's showing some strength here. You could buy some Deere. Look, Deere is also doing great. Look at the performance here. Earnings per share perspective, it's growing nicely. And as you can see here, it's also growing their sales. That's good. Top line is growing. Shares outstanding is reducing. That's the way to go here. And looks like they got a little bit downgrade here. Stock price from 475 to 450. But look, stock price is already, it's at a low price right now, around 320. It's again a good one to buy at these levels. All right, the list goes on here. We'll look at one or two more. Look, we got Applied Material, great stock. You could buy this one also here. Stock has been dropping off late, as you can see here. At these levels, you could slowly start buying some Applied Material. And we got Netflix. Netflix is in a different place right now. It used to be a Wall Street darling, but if you are a long-term holder, you could buy some Netflix as they crack their password problem and other issues. providing ad supported videos, it can also go higher. And we got the list going on here. And target, also look at the drop in target. I would take advantage and buy some target here. I've seen target dropping many times. Look, one more drop here. It always comes back up here. At this time, it's a good buy here. All right, we got Lam Research, one of my favorite semiconductor name here. And look what a Lam has done here. Stock has dropped off big time here with all the high growth names coming down here. This is a great long-term buy. And we got here a few more. Look, KLAC 10 core or KLAC, one of my favorite stock here. You could take advantage and buy some KLA here. Look, stock is trying to go higher at this time. It's a great one to buy here. And Southern Company, look, this stock got beaten down big time here. You could buy some Southern Company at these levels here. Look, big drop, and stock is trying to go higher, and RSI is also going higher. That tells you momentum is increasing here. And the list goes on here. And we got a few of my favorite stocks here. Look, ONOK is also a great one here. You could buy ONOK. ONOK has come down. Now it's trying to stabilize here. It's an oil and gas midstream, a good operator. You could buy stocks like ONOK and go from there. All right, so with that, let's quickly conclude here. From a conclusion perspective, when the market is very volatile, be very, very selective. Look for GARP stocks. These are growth at reasonable price type candidates here. They typically have a lower valuation, and they're also growing very, very nicely. And you don't have the risk of stock coming down. These high price to sales stocks, they come down pretty hard, but these are the stocks with the reasonable growth. They seem to be holding pretty well. And we got some good names here. We got Google, Applied Material, Target, Lam Research, KLAC 10 core, CDW, and so on and so forth. Look at these stocks here and take advantage of market-wide sell-off and buy these growth at reasonable price type stock leaders here. You will do great. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.